Hello folks, my name is Mark. This is UCD Toy Reviews. How you guys doing? And today is a very super extra special day because today we are looking at another wave of Masters of the Universe Origins figures. These are like the best figures ever made in my opinion. I love these things. They're so awesome. I am very, very happy that they've even gotten this far. I didn't really think when they came out that they were going to do so well. And I'm just stoked to see that they're releasing wave after wave, and we're even getting figures like SheRa in the line, which is really, really cool. So, let's take a look at what we got here. We have, first off, Roboto. Roboto was always one of my favorites as a kid. He had this sort of translucent, transparent body shell over him where you could see his inner workings there, gears and stuff. And it looks like the new figure has kept that. Looks pretty cool, you know. Let's take a look at the back with the artwork. There goes Roboto. He's fighting Triclops and Cobra Khan in the background there, shooting them with lasers and all that. And it looks like, according to this thing, that they actually kept the action feature, which is where you spin his waist and the gears move. So that's kind of cool. And of course, Roboto had his interchangeable arm there. And you can see these are the other guys in the line: SheRa, He-Man, Skeletor, Roboto, Zodac, and Mer-Man in this particular wave. I think what it is that He-Man and Skeletor are available in every wave, so that way, like, the store never runs out of them, which is kind of cool. Then we have Mer-Man, which is always one of my favorite characters too. He's looking really awesome there. Very, very nice, you know. Very cool. You can see, take a look at his feet and his armor, all that stuff. Okay. And then let's take a look at the artwork there in the back. There goes Mer-Man floating around. He's got, you know, here's Spider in the background there. I wonder if they'll come out with Spider. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I think these cards that I got, these are like, if you notice, these are like the international, like English. It has like English and Spanish and French on it. So that's why there's no like actual like text up here describing, you know, what they're doing. So here's Zodac, the Cosmic Enforcer. Always kind of cool. He was just sort of like one of those other dudes that was like there. You didn't really know how he fit in the story, but he's just, I guess he's like kind of neutral now. They sort of retconned him. Like originally he was supposed to be evil. So there goes Zodac. You know, he has the Mobius chair hanging out in the background there. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, and then of course SheRa, which I was like really surprised that we actually got a SheRa in this line. And dude, check that out. That's really cool. Very happy. And it looks, the thing is, it looks like the old figure. It doesn't look like Filmation SheRa, you know, or the new SheRa. It's like this is the original 80s toy, you know. Pretty cool. And there's SheRa fighting Hordak on the back, you know. And you can see also Mosquitor. I wonder if they're going to do a Mosquitor figure. That'd be cool. Pretty cool. I wonder if they're going to do any other, like, figures from SheRa. You know, if we'll have, like, Mermista or Castaspella or something. That'd be pretty awesome. So, I've been waiting to tear into these things all day. Let's open these guys up. Alright. First, I need to make a little adjustment. Okay. Make sure you can all see that. This is cool. Okay, first let's take a look at that comic book. Here goes Skeletor. You can kind of see, you know, pretty cool stuff. And, is there no dialogue in it? You know what? It's because I got the international language ones. That's why. So that's why there's no dialogue. Well, still, you know, you can still kind of see what's happening and all that stuff. I guess it's just like, you know, use your imagination. Whatever. That's kind of cool. I might have to hunt one of those down, you know, one of the English ones off eBay or something in order to get the full dialogue there. Alright, let's take a look at Roboto before we take him out of there, so that way he doesn't have all that glare all over him. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Of course, these things always have like a ton of rubber bands and everything. Alright, remove that. There we go, looking good, looking good. Aw, yeah. Aw, yeah. Roboto. Check out the gears. The gears move. And his jaw moves. Ah. This is all the nostalgia feeling. Hell yeah. Okay, and of course these have a modern articulation. So of course, as usual, let's see, does his head move? Yeah. Head moves, arms at the shoulders and elbows and wrists, as well as waist. And then you have hips, you know, legs, knees, and then another pivot right there at the leg, and then also feet. So, yeah, baby, that's hardcore shit right there. And then let's get his weapons open. All right, first Roboto can chill right there. And the weapons always come like, they always wrap them up in these things all tight and everything. This is always a pain to try to get the weapons open. But there we go. Okay. And of course, Roboto comes with alternate arms. Comes with this laser gun. Pretty cool stuff. And then also this sort of claw thing. So he was sort of like the good guy version of Trapjaw, kind of, sort of. And then you should be able to just take these off. Yep, slides right off, and then you just put the laser gun on there. You know, exterminate. Roboto was hardcore. He was always one of my go-to guys back when I was a kid. Alright, who's next? Next, let's do Mer-Man. Okay, time for Mer-Man to be liberated from his packaging. Alright, very nice, very nice. Same comic book, that's okay, we'll take a look at that later. Remove this. There we go. And there goes Mer-Man. Very cool, very cool. I'm wondering why they didn't release him in Wave 1. He was one of the OG, like, first wave characters back in the 80s, so I wonder why they waited till, like, you know, what is this? I think this is Wave 3 at this point. Hang on. First we need to get some scissors. And we need to cut these rubber bands that are on here. There we go. Very nice, I like. Okay. Okay, and there's Mer-Man. Looking really cool. I'm glad, okay, so his armor is all one piece. So that was one thing that on the old school Mer-Man, this little bow tie looking thing right here would always fall off. So it's a little loose though, I noticed. The armor is loose, but still, at least it's all one piece, and it looks like it's actually kind of resilient, so that's good. That's one thing that I'm very happy about these figures in general. Everything seems to be pretty well made. You know, they don't seem to break very easily, you know? Whereas, like, some of the old He-Man toys, like, some of the stuff would break, like, this thing would always break off, you know? And it's actually kind of hard to find. Well, not hard to find, but a little more rare to find, like an OG Mer-Man that still has the little, you know, still has the little bow tie thing on him. And of course, Mer-Man comes with his corn sword, which, you know, we say that because it looks like it's like a corn on the cob kind of thing. Pretty cool. Let's put that in his hand right here. Let's see. It's a little big for his hand, I notice. Will it fit? Well, it fits. It fits. It's a little large. Doesn't really fit that too well, but fits good enough. It's not falling out, so okay. You know, maybe it's not too large. I don't know. Of course, you can always put, since all the weapons had these little guards, you could always put them on that hand too, which is usually how I did it with, like, Mer-Man back in the day. Like, I'd usually put them on this hand. Right. So that's kind of cool that fits too. But no, it seems to fit better over here on this one. So there we go. All right. Mer-Man was always pretty dope. You know, one of the cool guys. I do like, you know, I know they have one that came out with the Power Lords 4-pack that had his alternative, like, mini comic head. And I want to get my hands on one of those, but I can't seem to find that since I didn't buy those because I was, like, not working at the time those were coming out, and I couldn't justify spending $150 on toys. Like, I didn't get one of those, and now the aftermarket prices are, like, super expensive for that, so it's like, Can't get one for under $100 now, and I don't know if I want to spend $100 on a He-Man toy. Anyway, let's do Zodac. So Zodac was also one of the original line. And the thing about Zodac was that he originally was supposed to be like a villain, and then they sort of changed him into like a neutral kind of, you know, cosmic police officer kind of thing. So Zodac is sort of like, he's sort of like the Green Lantern of the Masters of the Universe, you know, like going around preserving balance, that kind of thing. Although usually erring on the side of the good guys, but occasionally you'll see Zodac do something like, you know, revive Skeletor or whatever, because, like, you know, balance must be maintained, and so he'll like make sure that, you know, one side doesn't usually get the advantage over the other side. So here goes Zodac, and yeah, pretty cool, looking good. I do notice his armor is a little loose as well. You know, kind of a little loose, but that's okay. It seems like that's a thing with all of these figures, you know. It's definitely rubbery, you know, but that's alright. The rest of the figure, though, build is very, very good. You know, I'm very happy with that. You know, looking cool. And let's take a look at his gun. So, the Zodac gun is yeah, okay, it's red. You know what? I notice it's a different color red than the old school gun. So, here we go. Not bad, you know? There goes the gun. So, I am a little disappointed. See, it's a different color red than the old gun, but that's alright. I am kind of a little disappointed that they made all new molds for all the stuff. I mean, I guess that's cool, but I was kind of hoping that the accessories for these would like be the same molds as like the old school figures, because then we could get like a new source of like, you know, and then I could buy one of these and use the gun for the old school figure. You know what I mean? I was kind of hoping that, but it is actually different. You know, it looks pretty close, but I can tell just by looking at it the sculpt is different. It's like the handle is bigger, for example. But that's okay. I mean, it looks awesome. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I think it looks, like, really cool. So, there goes Zodac. Alright. And our surprise figure here is SheRa, which I didn't think we were going to get. So, I'm actually kind of stoked to see. So, let's open up SheRa. Okay. And let's get those weapons off of there. Alright. And we gotta get these rubber bands, because they always put 50 rubber bands on top of everything. There we go. Let's take that off. So, I didn't really buy SheRa toys as a kid, because they were more like dolls, you know? They had that like Barbie hair, and I really wasn't into that, so if they made them like this, I would have bought them, because this is actually really cool. Yeah, I guess she's got this this is the crown that came with SheRa. Yeah, it looks alright. I guess that is toy accurate. I mean, I'm kind of hoping that they make one of these that looks like the Filmation SheRa. That would be really cool, you know. But, looking good. I like the hair. You know, this is just one flat sort of rubber piece like that. It's got some decent sculpting on it. I could see people really, going to town with customizing on these things. This thing is a little floppy, but it stays on mostly. You can't really turn her head, I noticed, because the hair gets in the way. But that's alright. But no, it's still got, you know, it's cool though, they kept like this, her outfit is mostly cloth, you know, because that was what the original SheRa had. So, that's kind of cool. Alright, and let's open up the weapons pack here. How do you even do this? See, this is my thing. It's like, these are always very, like, they roll them up so tight. You know what I mean? Like, how am I supposed to... That's kind of, I don't know, little excessive here. There we go. Okay, and SheRa comes with, of course, her shield and sword of protection. It's got the little jewel in it. Looks pretty cool. And let's go ahead and put this stuff in her hands. Fits nicely. Very, very, very nice. I like. That is actually very cool. I could get into that, you know. I think it would have been nice to get like maybe a wash over it or something, because you notice how like there's little details like on the shield and on the you know, greaves there. I think that's what they call those things, you know, her leg boots or whatever. That, and like on her armbands, like there's a real nice sculpting there that I think like a wash, a paint wash, and on her hair too. Like a paint wash would have like brought all that out and made it really pop, you know. But still, it looks really cool. I like the sculpt. I like the little sparkly thingies on her, you know, on her head crown. And yeah, not bad at all. But I'll probably display her like that, you know. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. All right, so it's time to do some comparisons here. So here is let's start with Roboto. Here is a vintage Roboto next to the old school, you know, the new Roboto. So you can kind of see, looks very, very close. The gears, I notice, are a different color there. But you can see pretty much everything else is pretty spot on. The colors are a lot nicer. I think this one has seen a little bit of age, you know. The boots originally were supposed to be silver, and I think this paint is rubbed off. This is not my Roboto that I had as a kid, but if you notice, like on the old school Roboto, see, you twist his waist like that, and it like makes the gears move, and his like, you know, jaw goes up and down. So I was actually really stoked to see that they did the same thing. I noticed his jaw seems to, it's not as smooth, you know, but that's okay. At least it still moves. But yeah, overall, you know, I think that sculpting is like actually very nice, very, very close to the original. All right, so let's set him up there. Next, let's do Mer-Man. Okay, so here's our new Mer-Man, and let me get my, whoa, come on, hang on to the thing. And here is classic 80s Mer-Man, so you can kind of see this is like nearly identical. You know, you'll notice the armor fits a lot tighter on old school Mer-Man, and you see how this little thing right here is like a separate piece. More often than not, when you find the old ones, this thing will be broken off, and you'll either have to buy it separately, or you'll have to, like, you know, pay a little extra to get one that has it on there. But still, I mean, that is like, I mean, the sword actually is pretty close too. Shit, like, everything is like, I don't know, that one's kind of spot on. So, I think they did a really good job with Mer-Man there. Alright, you gonna stand up for me? Nope, he's not gonna stand up. Come on, buddy, stand up. Stand up. There we go. It's this foot right here. Here we go. Stand up. There we go. Hey, he stood up. All right. Next we have Zodac. And unfortunately, I do not have the gun for the old school Zodac. But you can see here, Zodac is nearly almost identical too. The red in the armor is a lot brighter on the new one, you know, and that's not because this aged. It's like, that's what it looked like back in the 80s too, right? So, but yeah, very, very close. Unfortunately, I don't have the gun to show off, but I know, I can tell just by looking at it, the gun is much bigger on new Zodac. So, still, let's set him back here, and let's see if we can get Zodac to stand up. Come on, man, stand up. There we go. Alright, and I don't have an original SheRa figure to compare, but what I do have is the Filmation SheRa that came out Super 7, released a few years ago, so you can kind of see the difference there. You know, this is more of the Filmation outfit. This looks more like the toy. And I don't know. I kind of like them both. I kind of like this one more, obviously the toy more. But I'm hoping they come out with one of these that has the Filmation head. That would be kind of cool to see. You know what I mean? So anyway, folks, let's set her up here. You gonna stand up, SheRa? Come on, you can do it. Stand up, stand up. Hey, she did it. All right. Let's set that SheRa back there. All right, folks. let me just zoom in a little bit, get a group shot going. I am very, very, very happy with these guys. Like I said, like, Masters of the Universe Origins are like probably my favorite toy line ever. I think I actually like these more than I like MOTU Classics, to be honest. Like, I don't know, they hit all the right nostalgia feelings for me. You know, every time I open these things, it's like Christmas 1984 all over again, seriously. Anyhow, I think that's all I got, folks. Adios.